So much labor disputes over the NFL referees' contract as replacements still taking the fields for the big matchups in the NFL. Some of the calls, the coaches, the players, the fans, everyone upset. I'm joined this morning by attorney and sports agent John Phillips. Good to see you.
Good morning.
Let's break down the nuts and bolts first of all. Ed Hockley, you spoke to. Everybody knows Big Ed Hockley,
yeah,
like one of the
first
main.
down.
Right. He's one of the main guys. Also an attorney in his off time. Right. A lot of these guys have full time. So what's the big sticking point with the NFL and the refs?
There's two main issues. Number one, the NFL. These guys are like tenured. You know, you think of teachers.
Yep.
And so the NFL wants to add referees to the tenured pool and maybe shift out some of the bad referees so they have the best product.
Almost like cleaning house a little bit.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so that's part A of the plan. And then part B of the plan is these guys are on a pension, and the NFL wants to at least switch the new guys to a 401k, which could cost them, you know, a little bit of money. And then there's questions of salary, but that's not really the biggest issue.
Well, a lot of these guys, they have full-time jobs in the offseason, so are they really concerned about that?
They are, because most of them gave up their pensions because the pensions for the NFL are so lucrative. I mean, these guys make, despite only working 20 weeks a year, they make about $150,000, $170,000 a year.
In addition to their day jobs.
Right. Ed Hockley said that it's more stressful on the field than it is in the courtroom. He's tried like 200 civil trials. So.
Wow. And the great thing about Hockley, too, I mean, he said to you, basically, that they're playing this now out in the public forum. They don't even have to go to court over this.
Right. I tried to interview him for Courts and Sports, and he's like, no, we're letting the media and the fans do it. And the Green Bay Packers game was the best fodder for that, you know, fuel to that fire.
Yeah, what did you think? What have you been hearing out there? I know you got your radio show that you do every Thursday.
Right.
What are you hearing from the folks out there, from the fans?
People are irate. You know, they don't understand why not just pay the guys. And it turns out it's $68,000, I think, per team. That's all we're talking about.
That's it.
Per owner. Every owner kicks in $70,000. We got the old refs, and we're back to business. That's
really?
If the NFL got everything they want. It's only a $68,000.
So why the big sticking point? There's got to be some sort of unionized labor dispute.
That's exactly. Okay. It's the union. You know, okay. It's the union, and the union's trying to stand its ground like the NFLPA did last lockout and just set the course for the future, because it's gotten to the point that these referees are making a lot of money. Mm-hmm. They've got big pensions, and they've got all this job security because of the union. And the NFL is like, come on, you know, we got $9 billion. We got to keep all of that.
All right. I'm going to play devil's advocate real quick here. I looked through all the games from last week, and I personally am not up in arms over this stuff, even though it's bad play calling. You've seen it in the past. But it's made it for very entertaining. Get this, 10 of the 16 games were decided by a touchdown or less on Sunday. 3 points or less, 6 of those games were decided by 3 points, and 3 of them went into overtime. I think it's been fun.
Yeah, but at what cost? I was at the Indianapolis game just sitting there, just slapping my head at some of the pass interference. I mean, that's what they're getting wrong the most, is this pass interference stuff. And you saw it on the Green Bay play, you know, where the guy just shoves the defender down, and that's pass interference is what decides football games, ultimately.
And the guys know how to get away with it, too, because they know the replacement refs are out there. They're playing their game, too.
You better believe they do.
Anybody going to beat Alabama this season?
I hope not.
John Phillips, thanks so much for coming in this morning. Your time right now is 8:11. Weather and traffic on the ones. Let's toss it over to Tom.